Hello everyone, CraftyMama here. Hope you're having an awesome day. What have I got going on for you today? Here's what we're going to do. I've got Kiss candy treat holders, and I'm going to show you some of the ones that I made, and then we're going to make one together. These are quick, easy, and great for gifts, stocking stuffers, and more. Here's the first one that I made, and you can make 2 out of 8.5 by 11 cardstock or 4 out of a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. On this one, I put a little snowflake with a gem and stamped "Just for You" on it. Now, if you are using a designer or a printed cardstock, you don't need to do anything else but add your embellishments and stuff. If you're not, you can stamp whatever image you want on it. Now, my windows have different cuts and designs. I did a couple by hand and one using a punch for my see-through windows. Now this will hold 5 Hershey Kisses, or you can use the individually wrapped Rolos, or even the Dollar Tree foil wrapped bells will work in this package. Every year I say I'm going to start early making my handmade gifts and or stocking stuffers, and I never seem to. This year I am determined to. So let's see, what are you going to need for this project? This is what you're going to need for it. You're going to need some kind of cardstock, either 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12. It could have a print, it could be plain, and you could stamp on it. You're going to need something to cut with, whether it's scissors or you have a cutting board or a paper trimmer. You're going to need a bone folder or something that acts as your bone folder. You will need some decorations or embellishments of your choice. I have mine, as you can see right there, some kind of adhesive. I'm using art glitter glue, tape runner, whatever you have, double-sided tape, and also some kind of punch shape. I'm just showing you a round one, round, oval, or you can cut your window shape by hand if you don't have a punch that you can use. You're also going to need some clear cellophane type, not the thick, this is thin. This is from a sticker pack. I'm using that. And then, of course, at least 5 Hershey Kisses to make one. I think we're all ready to begin, so let's get started, shall we? Now, I've already started on mine just so I could show you this very quick. You're going to cut your paper to 5 inches long by 4 1/4 high, and then you're going to score it on the 5-inch side at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 3 3/4. That's the first easy step. Next, you're going to take your bone folder, whatever you're using as a bone folder, and you're going to burnish all your score marks. And like I said, I pre-started this to make it quick and easy, and then you are going to fold it on that middle score mark, and you're going to take whatever you're using to punch your shape out for your little window, and I was using this one. I actually did it twice on this one because I wanted a bigger window. It's only a 1-inch round one. Put it upside down so you can see, put it in the middle, go halfway in your punch like you see me doing there, and punch down. You know, just make sure you got it centered as best you can in your cardstock. Doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. And I just want to show you, I did 2 circles on that one. I actually tried to make a little snowman. Not that anybody would notice. I used 3 circles. I punched it 3 times. On this one, I just cut this shape by hand myself. I don't have a punch that's like that. And then on this one, I got like an oval shape. I did a little half oval out of cardstock, and then I put it on my paper in the middle, like I told you to, and I just cut it with my scissors to make that shape, cut it around. Now that we've made our hole for the window, you're going to turn it on the back side, and this is where you get your little piece of plastic, and you only need it to be maybe about a 1/2 inch bigger all around than whatever you cut out. And I can't give you a size on this because I don't know what kind of punch you're using, but as you can see, mine's just about a 1/2 inch all around. And here's how I like to do mine. I go all around the image, just all around the outside of the image as close as I can get without going over or try not to go over. I just like doing it this way. You may have a way you like to do it, but this is the way I like to do it. And once I've got the glue all around the outside edges, I will take my little piece of plastic and center it. Oh, where is it? It's so clear. Oh, right, there we go. I bet you could see it before I could. And I just put it down there and I smooth it out taut with my fingers as you see me doing here. And I let it set up and I let it dry for a minute or two. And don't worry if you get a little glue on it, you can wipe it off with a damp cloth. So if you're gluing your plastic down like I did, let it set up for a couple of minutes. You know, if you're using the art glitter glue or tacky glue, it doesn't take long. It sets up within just a few minutes, and I did let it set up. And then I like to trim it. I just go all around the edges and I trim it really quick just to get the excess. You really don't have to, but I like to do it. It just makes me feel better to get rid of the excess that I don't need, even though nobody's really going to see it. And I'm just about done here. I just want to trim a little more over here and on this side, and I will be done. And we will go on to our next step. There we have it. There's my little window for my little candies to show through. So now that you've done that, if you're using plain cardstock that you're going to stamp on or something, you'll want to do it all around the paper. But if you're using like a cardstock with a print like I am, designer cardstock, it has a little raised design on it, then you don't need to stamp on it, of course. But you want to bear in mind that this is the shape and this is where you want to put your decorations and embellishments. So get that down, that section that you need to have down. Now, because I'm using designer cardstock, I'm not decorating both sides, just one. And I got this cute little mounted decoration I stamped just for you on. I've got this snowflake that I distressed the edges and put a little gem in the middle. And then I think on this one I'm going to put gems all along the bottom of it because I just want it to sparkle and shine. I'm using a ruler here to try to keep the gems in as straight as line as possible. The ruler is kind of like my guide. I'm going to put them along the bottom of that part that I'm decorating. And here you see I've got them on there. So we are doing good so far. And I just want to fold it up and see, yep, okay, now I need to put the rest of my decorations on the front. Just want to make sure I've got everything going the way I want it to go. And see where I want to place these, and I will get them glued down and come back. And of course, after I glued the gems down, I decided to take them back up because I wanted my little just for you saying underneath the gems. And this is how it came out, and we have just 2 steps left to do. So this step is easiest if you grab your box, pick it up, and see what flap is on the inside. You're going to have 1 flap on the inside, 1 on the bottom. You want the inside flap. Kind of keep your finger on it so you know what side you're going to do. And then you're going to put some tape runner down the middle. I like to put like 2 rows next to each other, or a double row, because this is where you're going to put your candy. Whatever candy you're going to put in here. And don't put them totally on your tape runner, your tape yet. Put them down and kind of eyeball them. The ones on the end are going to be hanging over just a tad, and you want to get them in position how you want them to be. And once you have them how you want them to be, then stick them fully on your tape runner, your little tape that you put down, and push them down into place. And of course, once you get them all situated, I'm just making sure they're where I want them before I really push them down really hard. Or not so hard I break them, but you know, just push them down with a little more gusto. And then flip it over, and there's 1 flap you see left, and that's the flap we need to glue for the bottom. So I'm just showing you. So I'm going to take that back up, take my tape runner back out, and I'm going to put a couple of rows of sticky tape here once I get what's hanging off it. And just put a couple of rows of that down, and that's going to seal the bottom up. And I just want to make sure it stays, because some of these tape runners, they can dry out the tape over a little bit of time. But I'm sure these aren't going to last long. They're candies. People are going to eat them. And there you go. The treats are inside. It's all done. They're not coming out. Show you. Now, the next step is optional. You don't have to put a bottom on it, but I like the look of putting the bottom on, so this is optional. So, to put a bottom or a base on your little candy holder, just get a piece of cardstock 4.5 inches long by 1.5 inches high. and then just put a little of your tape runner or glue dots, whatever you want to do. You can use wet glue. It's a little hard for me to get on this one because, again, this cardstock has a little raised design on it. And then you just center it on the little piece of cardstock as best you can, both on the ends and on either side, and just push it down gently. You can also use your bone folder on the bottom if you want to kind of reinforce it a little bit, and that's it. That's done. So here are the 4 Kiss candy treat boxes that I made so far. I will definitely be making more of these for little stocking stuffers and friend mail, stuff like that. Hopefully you'll give some a try too. I will have more upcoming giftable tutorials and videos coming up, so watch for those. I thank you so much for stopping by and spending your time with me, Crafty Mama. Until next time, next video. Bye-bye for now.